All right, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us to our Back to Basics and Essential Oils 101 class. My name is Kristen Boucher. We're going to jump in actually to the Facebook group as well and go live on there. So bear with me as I work through that. Okay. This always takes about a couple seconds to situate.
Hey, Miss Sarah, I see you there.
Yay, Sarah. All right. Okay. So I think it's just taking a minute.
I'm going to shut this. Kristen, do we want to have people mute their themselves?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm doing it.
Absolutely. I will do that as soon as I get back to the screen. For a little bit, for some reason, it's taking a little longer than it usually does to get on Facebook. But yeah, we'll mute everybody and then we'll have speakers unmute themselves. This can take a few seconds. Yeah, it can. Okay. Sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. Usually it does not take this long.
It's because everybody in the world is on Zoom or online.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see if I pop into the group and see if. True. Yeah, it's not going. Okay. All right. So we're going to forget this. And this is why it's critical to when we're inviting people to this, that we want to send them the link to Zoom to register, because we cannot guarantee that Facebook is going to not be glitchy. So let's see.
I do see us, Kristen.
Do you?
Yeah, I see us online. Well, I see a watch party and I see all of our faces.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Can anybody see my face?
You can see it, Anne? Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Okay, so it just says it's preparing, so that's throwing me off. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm gonna mute everyone's line so we do not have any background noise. And then as our speakers come on, you're just gonna need to mute yourself, okay? So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see, who do we have here? Sorry, I just want to make sure. Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Is everyone seeing me or Joanne?
We're seeing you.
Oh, you
seeing
are?
you.
Okay. I see Joanne. I'm like, oh crap, is that not working? Okay, welcome. Sorry, you guys, 2:08. Usually we're not this tardy, I promise you. My name is Kristen Boucher, and I am a nurse, and I am a Young Living Platinum Leader. I've been with Young Living for about 6 years now. I want to thank you all for joining us on this dreary Sunday afternoon here in the Northeast. I know that being, stuck in our homes can sometimes be make us a little go stir crazy, but we've been doing a lot of online classes and educational webinars and that sort of thing. And today we're going to be focusing on the basics, going back to basics, Essential Oils 101. We have a great lineup of new folks here that are going to be sharing their favorite oil out of the Premium Starter Kit, which we're going to be talking about today. So I want to just shout out to all the new faces here. So when you see some new faces, just give them some love in the chat. There's a chat. If you're not familiar with Zoom, there is a chat feature. So you can, that's probably the best way to communicate with us, just because of all the background noise and people asking questions using the audio. So if you have a question for our speakers during the class, you can just type that into the chat and we will get that answered for you. So show of hands. I can see everyone's hands. Who's already a Young Living member here? Right? Good group of people. Let me see. Let's get that speaker view going. Show of hands again. Yes. Okay. So we have a lot of faces here. All right. So today we're going to be focusing on oils basics and then the premium starter kit. So you want to get yourself a notepad and a piece of paper and a pencil so you can take lots of notes around this. I don't know how new everyone is. If you want to put in the chat, like, when did you get your starter kit? Like, are you brand new? Are you, within the last year? Are you the last week? That sort of thing. And we're going to be using a script, because using a script will keep us on track. We've got a lot of content to cover, and we want to make sure that we honor your time. So a healthy life is determined by every single choice that we make on a daily basis. You can either choose to contribute to your life, or you contribute to disease. It's not just about the food we eat as well, or thinking about the exercise that we're getting. You want to focus on those things. And we talked about that the other night in the stress management webinar. Those are two very important things, but what you put on your body is also as important as what you put in your body. So I recently learned a scary statistics that the air that we breathe is anywhere from 5 to 10 times more polluted than the outside air. So every product that you put, onto your body, you spray in your home, is going to be going into your body. Think about the candles that you're using on a daily basis, the air fresheners, the wax burners, the fabric softeners, the dryer sheets, all that stuff, all the things that are touching our skin that we're breathing in. And it goes into our bloodstream, and then of course goes into our delicate organs. And you think about, like, when you're getting healthy, you're focusing on diet and all of that, and adding more exercise, which is important. But in actuality, when you really want to be focusing on the things that are coming in contact with your skin, because when you're ingesting something orally, you have the ability to digest it, and it goes through your liver, which is a big, huge filter. It gets broken down by all the enzymes in your digestive system, and then it gets flushed out of your body to a certain extent. Your skin, on the other hand, does not have a filter. So you think about, your skin as a barrier when it's actually really a carrier. And the average woman applies like 300 chemicals to her body every single day. 80% of those are before breakfast. So think about that. So our shampoos, our lotions, our makeup, like all these things that we're using every single day for personal care is also contributing to disease. So during this class, we're going to help you learn how diverse essential oils are and some simple ways that you can use them on a daily basis in your everyday life. So if you're a little overwhelmed with what was in your kit when you got it, you're in the right place, because we're going to provide you with some really simple strategies so you can use every single oil in that kit and get the most bang for your buck. So I'm going to hand it over to Ann Mayville. So Ann is an amazing silver leader. Show of hands how much you love Ann Mayville. We've got her Reno. She is our leader on the West Coast. She leads the Reno team with a vengeance. She's amazing. She's also a nurse. She is going to tell us about essential oils and how to use them in your body. So Ann, take it away.
Thank you. Show of hands for the nurses on this call. A lot of nurses. That's awesome. Okay. So what are essential oils? So they are plant substances that can support every single body system. And Kristen, I love what you just said. Like, I had a little mind-blowing moment of our skin is a carrier, not a barrier. We all know that we absorb what we put on our skin, but I had not heard that. And for some reason, that just made a little extra click in my brain. That was very cool. So oils can support every single system in your body, from your head to your toes and everything in between. Y'all know my favorite saying, from the rooter to the tutor, that's what it can do. Essential oils can also be used as an alternative to toxic cleaning chemicals in your home. Again, with your skin as a carrier, not a barrier. Think of your children on the floor. Think of your pets on the floor. Think of your bare feet on the floor. And everything that you've put on that floor is being absorbed through your skin. So we have this amazing cleaner. So for instance, a Thieves household cleaner, it can replace every single thing that you have in your home, under every sink, the kitchen and the bathroom. One bottle can make anywhere from 15 to 30 spray bottles of cleaner. And I know all of us probably here have this. You get your cleaner, you put, I measure by my finger. I put like a finger's worth in the glass of Thieves household cleaner. Thank you, Juliet. Top it off with distilled water and spray everything from glass to floors to countertops to coffee tables to remote controls. That will do it. And it smells like Christmas. A lot of people like to add a few other things to it, orange or lemon. It's very good. So getting back to essential oils, we're talking about what's in the premium starter kit, which is really the best way to get started with Young Living. It's $165. It gives you all of the essential oils you need to jump right in. And as a bonus, it comes with a diffuser. And I think that's pretty much everyone's favorite way to use essential oils. So let's talk about different ways to use oils. So inhalation. So that's known as aromatherapy. That's the fastest way that oils can enter your bloodstream. I think it's 27 seconds. And because aroma triggers regions in the brain associated with memory, in less than a second, a scent has the power to activate a number of physical and emotional responses. Same thing of like, think of, you smell something outside. What does that remind you of? The fresh cut grass, the fresh baked cookies. We were talking about scents, and someone told me that cedarwood reminded them of their grandpa's snuff box, and I thought that was very cool. That's a nice way to transport you back into time. Another way to use oils is topically. You can put oils on your skin, and again, your carrier, not your barrier. Our skin is our largest organ. So you can put oils directly on your skin, or you can use a carrier oil. So things to put directly on your skin are very safe, like lavender and frankincense, but then some oils can be hot, like cinnamon or thieves, and then you can just dilute that with a drop or two of a carrier oil too, to be a little bit more gentle on your skin. And a lot of people think that when you use a carrier oil, it gives your oil more of a time-released effect, which can be really nice, especially if you're using something like a chest rub. So another, hold on, I'm lost on my notes here. Okay, internal use of essential oils. I know that a lot of people think like, whoa, that's crazy. But we have lots of oils that are dietary supplements. So in your kit, you will see lots of bottles with a white label, and they say Vitality on them. So if you have a bottle of lavender essential oil and a bottle of lavender Vitality, same oil, different label, same oil that's in the bottle. There's just certain things that the FDA says that we can and can't say about putting oils into your body. Thank you, Juliet, for being my oily Vanna White. So there's something called GRAS, generally regarded as safe for internal usage, and anything that says Vitality is GRAS from Young Living. So you can use oils in cooking, you can add them to your food or your drink, and you can put them in a vegetable capsule and just swallow them if you like. So a lot of people really like to use oils to flavor their water, which is wonderful. We're going to hear a lot about the cleansing power of oils today. So especially if you're using a citrus oil like lemon or orange or Thieves that has lemon in it, please always use glass or stainless steel because these oils are so powerful at cleaning. They will eat away plastic, God forbid, styrofoam, anything like that. So let's talk about free radicals for a bit. Kristen, how far am I going on this? To what?
I've got you until Why Young Living, and then Jules is taken over.
Okay, cool.
Can you pass the baton?
Okay, so free radicals. If you don't know what free radicals are, they're in our environment. And think of someone, I guess, kind of shooting a Nerf gun at you. The environment is always putting free radicals towards us. And whenever we take antioxidants, it shields those free radicals away. So we have a supplement called Nisha Red, and it's a great defensive action you can take with essential oils. And it's in the starter kit. You get 2 packets of that. So whenever you get your kit, you throw your little packets of Nisha Red in the fridge. And then whenever it's chilled, suck one down. It's delicious. If you have kids, your kids will like it. If you have dogs, your dogs will like it. Thank you, Oily Vanna Whites. It's a great, great, great. So you can just have it as a shot every day. Some people like to put seltzer water in it or juice. It is delicious. So if there is one supplement that is non-negotiable, it really is Nisha Red. The key here is consistency, as with everything else we do. You can't just drink one magical shot and expect it to reverse your age, or in these days, maybe do your nails or cover your grays. So same with this thing. You can't just say, I'm going to go to the gym one day a week. So it's another reason it makes sense to order this on our program called Essential Rewards, which we'll talk more about it in a bit. So I'm going to pass it over to Jules, but before I do that, I just want you all to know that, when you pick your supplements and when you pick your oils, it's very important, just with everything else, just like the food you eat and the air we breathe, you do not want to be trading one chemical for another. I have had cancer in the past, and I have also suffered several miscarriages. And for me personally, these things have not run in my family, and that tells me it's come from my environment. So when I decided to make a change, it was a no-brainer for me, and I did a lot of research to choose Young Living because I did not want to choose a chemical to replace another. I really wanted, plants and quality supplements that come from Young Living, and it's just nice to know that you can trust everything that Young Living makes because of our third-party testing and seed to seal, and you name it. Okay, so Jules, I'm going to pass that along to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Anne. I'm so happy to see everybody here today. This is fun. So I am going to be speaking about why you want to choose Young Living. And Anne sort of touched upon it a little bit just then when she was finishing up. So what makes, I have an assistant here, sorry you guys. What makes Young Living stand above the rest? So Young Living was founded in 1993, and it's the largest and the most trusted essential oil company in the world. Young Living has over 25 years in the world. Has over 25 years of experience. It's the only company that owns their own farms or that partners with specific farms who also hold the same kind of standards. And the standards that we're talking about, and if you look at your kit here, it actually says it right here on the cover. It's called Seed to Seal. And inside your kit, you have some information that will actually dive deeper into what that means. But I'm going to share a little bit of what that means. So basically, it's a promise from the moment that a seed is sourced to the time that the bottle is sealed and delivered to your doorstep. You're guaranteed purity and safety and authenticity in your oils. So no funny business. And that's kind of what Anne was talking about when she was making her decision to choose a company where she's seeking out health and wellness and chemical-free living. And so she specifically chose Young Living. I mean, essential oils, as we know, are all over the place now. You can go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Walmart, we have a store called Ocean State Job Lot. I mean, the oils are everywhere. But you want to be thinking about the oils that you're getting, the choice that you're making. And really what it comes down to is knowing thy farmer. And with Young Living, there's a guarantee that you know where the oils are coming from, and you know the kind of strict rules and processes that they're going through. So for example, Young Living completes 8 different tests on every batch of oil that it makes. They are transparent 100% of the time in the entire process, and anyone can actually visit their farm. So a number of us, if you want to just like raise your hand if you've visited the farms. I know I've been to the lavender farm. A few of us have been to the lavender farm. I believe Kristen and Kay have been to additional farms. You can type what you've been to, and that's what made the difference for me, was actually going to the farm and seeing the process, seeing the distillation process, being able to plant a seedling of a lavender seedling and see the process that they go through, that it truly is about authenticity and purity. And no funny business. So I can't stress enough how important it is for you to know where your oils are coming from. And that goes beyond just oils. Young Living definitely started as an essential oil company, but it has broadened into a wellness lifestyle company. And I know for our family, yes, we love the oils, certainly. But we also have really come to love and rely and depend upon the supplements and the household products and non-toxic products for your home. And it's just nice to be able to have a place where we can go and we know that it's plant-based and it's chemical-free, it's good products. So I'm thankful for that. So back to oils, a couple of quick things that you want to be thinking about when you're looking at your oils, a couple of red flags. So the first red flag is that there shouldn't be an expiration date on the bottle. So genuine therapeutic grade essential oils do not expire. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about therapeutic grade essential oils. So think of them as like a bottle of good wine. If it's kept closed in a cool, dark place, then the shelf life is indefinite. Red flag number 2, you want to pay attention to the fragrance of an oil. Does an oil smell delicate, rich, and organic? Do the aromas vary from batch to batch? When they do, it's actually an indication that they are distilled in small batches rather than industrially processed on a large scale with chemical solvents and additives. So genuine therapeutic grade essential oils should have a different aroma with each small batch. And the more that you are as the years go by, I definitely have noticed this, that you might actually notice that there's a smell between a peppermint, from this batch versus a peppermint that you got, a couple of years ago. And that's what you want it to be. That is speaking to the integrity versus it being synthetic. A synthetic is probably going to smell the same, 5 years ago and then today. So you want to be thinking about that. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to just quickly talk about the categories of oils. So basically there's 4 categories of oils. It's grade A, B, C, and D. Grade A are genuine therapeutic grade. They're made from organically grown plants and distilled at proper temperatures. And that's what we're talking about with Young Living is grade A. Grade B is food grade. And these may contain synthetics, pesticides, fertilizers, chemical extenders. Grade C are perfume oils. Typically, that's what you find on the shelves of a health food store. They usually contain solvents, and the reason that companies use solvents is to get a higher yield of the oils. And then grade D is called floral water. And what that is that after all the oil is pulled out during the distillation process, there's a leftover water that's called trash water that sometimes, unfortunately, gets sold to companies, and they use that. That's like their essential oil, and then they'll fill the rest of it with like a carrier oil. So the best example that I like to give is that there really is no rating system or regulation or laws in this country when it comes to essential oils. And so the closest thing that we get is an FDA requirement that in order to label a bottle as pure or therapeutic grade, the contents of that bottle must contain at least 5 to 10% essential oil. So this right here, this is kind of what shocked me a few years ago. I was like, it only needs to have 5 to 10%, which means that it can say therapeutic, it can say pure, it can say organic, but it only needs to have 5 to 10% essential oil, which means that the other 90% is carrier oil, synthetics, fillers, chemical extenders. You just don't know what you're getting. So that to me is like why I feel very confident and comfortable and kind of reassured with Young Living. Sadly, there's a lot of deliberate fraud when it comes to the essential oil community. One example is frankincense. So this, mysteriously, for every pound of frankincense distilled in the world, more than a dozen pounds are eventually sold. So pure, unadulterated frankincense oil should cost around $140 per ounce. So this is another example when you look at like the price. Like if you go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, you can get like a whole pack of oils for like, I don't know, $25 or something. So that's kind of like, you want to be thinking about like, you get what you pay for sort of example. It's kind of like the hamburger example. So if you were to compare essential oils to a hamburger, if there's like, you could go and get a hamburger on the dollar menu, or you could go and get an organic grass-fed Angus burger, and you sort of think about like which one is going to be better, which one's going to taste better, which one's going to have better quality. So the same thing goes for essential oils. All right, so that was like a really quick spiel on why Young Living. This is like the driest part of it all. I just like to say like Young Living's awesome. Once you start using it, you will know. We have had, I know personally, and I'm sure others have had some people join who have come from other places where they've gotten their oils, and they're just blown away by like just the quality and how it works and the purity. All right, so a couple of safety things. I'm also a nurse, so you know the safety thing kind of we like to talk about that. Some of this stuff is a little bit kind of common sense, but I'll just cruise through those. So number one, you don't want to put oils directly in your eyes or your ear canal. It's kind of common sense, but just like to say it. You want to dilute your essential oils, especially with kids. So
because
kids,
my sting.
yes, because kids have
That's one thing that happened to me.
Yes, kids' skin is more permeable, so you definitely want to be diluting. And when you dilute, you can use a carrier oil. A carrier oil is any kind of like fatty oil, like a grapeseed oil, a coconut oil. There's also the V6 oil from Young Living, which is a mixture of vegetable oils, which is great for diluting. Let's see, it's always a good idea to do a patch test, which means that you take a little bit of your essential oil, you put it on the skin, and just see how it reacts, you know, just to make sure you don't have a reaction. Number 4, citrus oils are photosensitive, so you don't want to apply them to your skin and go out into the sun. That means that they're sensitive to the sun, so you could actually get a sunburn. So like in your kit, you have citrus fresh, you have lemon. You would not want to be putting those on your skin and then going out into the sun. And then the other thing that's in here is, this one is funny. I don't agree with this, but I'll share it. So basically, one of the safety, I guess there probably was some study at one point that suggested that children under the age of 6 should not be using eucalyptus essential oil.
I'm 6.
Yes, you're 6. And and we have used essential eucalyptus. It's just about being smart, making good choices, diluting. And I think that's it. I'm going really fast, but I want to get to the good stuff. I want to hear from these 12 people who are going to talk to us about their favorite uses for the 12 oils in the starter kit. So I think I'm just going to pass it on now. Who has lavender? Carol Bender.
That is Carol Bender. So
Hi,
Carol, before we jump in, and I didn't do a good job of this as well, tell us a little, your quick story in like a minute or so, like who you are, where you came from, who introduced you, you know, that sort of thing, so people can kind of really get to know our guest here.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm Carol Bender, and I live in Reno, and Anne introduced me to this fabulous group in 2015. And I've been just growing with it ever since, and really enjoyed the whole, just learning more and more all the time from all you nice ladies, because y'all have been here longer than I have. And, but it's really fun learning all this. And I've been an RN since 1980. And I've worked in the emergency room. I've worked in the operating room. I actually lived in Mammoth Lakes, which is a ski resort, big ski resort out here in California, in a small hospital, which was a really great experience. I learned a lot there, and lived in a beautiful place for a long time and met a lot of fabulous people, one of which is with us today, Robin. And I wish I could see your face, Robin. And she's a newbie to the oily group too, and it's great to have her here. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I'm just enjoying this journey a lot, and I'm enjoying, like I said, the learning process of it, and was really looking forward to going to convention and our little Lake Tahoe retreat, and maybe that'll be forthcoming in the future. I really hope. And I was really looking forward to visiting the lavender farm, which I guess that's my seg into my oil, which I'm presenting today. Lavender is one of my favorites, and thank you, Kristen, for giving me that one, because it was a no-brainer to present that. When I first got my kit, of course, I was more into the diffusing of all these oils. Yay, there it is. But I've become a lot more comfortable with using them in other ways, and ingestion for one. And I love it in my foot bath. I put it in with my Epsom salts when I do my pedicures, and I love that. And I like it in my diffuser necklace with Peace and Calming, which I've got right now. Thank you, Anne. I love this. So I love that, to put that on like before I go to work, when I did go to work, and put it next to your body so you can keep inhaling it all day long and keep you centered and grounded, which isn't easy all day long sometimes. And I love the Lavender Lemonade now in the Vitality oils. Love it. That is one of my favorites. I throw that on ice every day, and gives me a little boost of energy, and something to drink besides just plain cold water. And the Meadow Mist deodorant, which has lavender in it. I really like that one. Anytime I can get a little shot of a lavender aroma, I go for it. So anything that Young Living makes with lavender in it, yeah. Diffuser at bedtime, that's awesome. It's almost a one of my first kind of go-to diffuser mixtures from my kit is Lavender Purification and Thieves. That was just kind of when I just couldn't pull anything else out of my brain, I just would always just throw that in, and that's one of my favorites. It's just a nice blend to it. It's got all the goodies in it. So that's my my 5-cent tour on lavender, and this is fun.
That was awesome, Carol. Thank you so much. You did it. All right, who's next? We got Molly. Okay, let me unmute you, Molly. Oh, there you are. Hey, girl.
Good, okay.
All right, Molly's going to tell us about peppermint.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Molly Bavola. Chris signed me up a couple years ago. We had met a few times before I made the decision that I was ready to join. I've just really been enjoying the oils more and more as time goes by. I've been trying to share with my family and friends. So to get started with peppermint, I also am really glad that I got this one, because it is one of my favorites. I use it a lot. I think peppermint's great in the diffuser. Yes, it's so funny that you said that, because this was one of my first peppermints, the Vitality. And then I also have this one that smells different. They're like a little bit of a different size, a little bit different. And then I have this one that I haven't opened yet. I got a backup for my backup. So we got all peppermint things going. So I like it in the diffuser in the morning. In the afternoon time, when you need a little pick-me-up, I really find that it helps with focus and concentration. You can add it with lemon or add it with other oils that you like if you want to have a different feel, but I also think that just the peppermint alone is pretty amazing. And then I use it at night a lot too, which is funny because at night I like to diffuse peppermint. I find that it helps me breathe easier at night. I used to have a really hard time breathing well when I was laying down. So I just find something about the aroma of it and the other properties that it has helps me feel more peaceful and like I'm breathing easier as I fall off to sleep. In a roller and spray, if you use it with a carrier oil or you make a spray with it, you can spray it on your body and apply it to yourself that way. And I think it's great for sore muscles. It really helps me when I'm working out, running, or playing roller derby. I find that it really helps to soothe my muscles and help me feel better. And when I was doing a little bit of reading about peppermint, I found that people also use it in the summertime to help keep their bodies cool, which I think that's awesome. I can't wait to try it in the summer to see how it works in that regard. So another one of my really favorite ways that probably got me into peppermint the most was just putting a drop of it in my water. I sing in my church choir, and putting a drop in my water and whatever I'm sipping on there helps my throat to feel soothed. And I just really enjoyed it in that regard. And then, oh, this was the other one too. Okay, so there's one more thing I wanted to talk about is how great it can be after a meal. It helps with digestion. It can aid in helping support healthy gut function, which I think we've all heard that, sometimes you grab the little peppermint candies to go after a meal. So this is like that, but even better. So I like to always have my peppermint with me. And there you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. That was awesome.
All right.
You're getting a lot of love about roller derby, so you might have some followers after this.
That's awesome. Thank you
so much. All right, so the next oil we're going to talk about is lemon, and Judith Cudworth is going to be speaking about that. Here she is. Judy, I'll unmute. Oh, okay. You're all set, girl.
Hey, I'm Judy Cudworth. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, but I'm a transplant as of the late 80s to Worcester, Massachusetts. And I had heard about oils, and I had used some other brands. And then my husband's cousin had introduced me to Young Living, and I started and never turned back. I love these oils. I am an autism mom, and I was looking for oils to support her in her health and her emotional well-being, and also for my own health issues. So I just love how they have helped me. So my oil is lemon, and the lemon, here is the lemon that comes in the PSK. It's a vitality oil. The white label shows that it's a vitality oil, and what that means is that you can use it for ingestion. You can put it in some water, or you can use it in a recipe that calls for lemon juice or lemon rind. What I love to do is I love to fill up my big mason jar, and I put like an ounce of Ningxia Red in it, and I'll put a couple drops I'll fill it up with filtered water, and then I put a couple drops of lemon in it, and it really tastes good. It helps me get my water intake in for the day. So one thing it also is, it's in our Ningxia Red antioxidant drink. I know that that was mentioned earlier, and it's also in our Thieves essential oil blend and in our Thieves cleaning products. It's also high in antioxidants, which again helps us combat free radicals, and it also helps support a healthy immune system. So basically, if another thing you can do is, if you don't want to use the lemon wedges at restaurants, you can forgo those and just carry that little bottle and put a drop or two in your water, and it tastes really good. I love to have lemon on hand all the time. I use it in a lot of different ways. One way I love to do is I like to put it in my diffuser. I'll diffuse a couple drops of lemon, a couple drops of peppermint, a couple drops of lavender for seasonal support. It has a really nice, fresh, uplifting aroma to it, and it's invigorating, but it also makes your house smell like a spa, which is awesome. When somebody has described it as sunshine in a bottle, and it is so true. You can just smell it when you need an uplift, and I just love that. Another great use is that you can also use it as a degreaser, and also like in cleaning stuff, and then you can also use it to get the sticky stuff off a bottle. So I'll put like a drop on whatever label I want to do, and it comes off pretty easily. And then also another thing I like to do is I make my own face serum, and I use a bottle like this, and I'll put maybe 3 drops of lemon, 3 drops of frankincense, and 3 drops of lavender, and then I fill it up halfway with jojoba oil, which is spelled Jojoba. That's a really nice carrier oil, and then I'll also use rosehip oil, and then I kind of do this, mix it together, and then I take it out, and then after I cleanse my face and then use toner, I'll put a little bit of this on for my face serum, and then use a moisturizer after that. So that's basically it. Also, there was a caution too, and I think it was mentioned earlier, is that if you are going to use lemon in your drinks, you want to make sure you use like glass or stainless steel or ceramic, and if you use this in a face serum, you don't want to go into the sun immediately. You want to give it some time, like maybe 12 hours or so, because it can it has photosensitivity issues with it. And also, if you're going to self tan or be exposed to UV light, you want to be careful about using lemon before that. So that's basically it.
Awesome, Judy. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Everyone loves lemon. You got a good one. All right, next we're going to share about frankincense. So this is a good one. And I believe we have Sarah with us. Sarah, our beautiful mama of 3. Let's see if she's here.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
You are. Yay. Welcome. Thank you, Sarah.
Nice to see you. So I live in a small coastal town in Massachusetts with my 3 kids. And my Aunt Julie, actually introduced me to oils a couple of years back. I was noticing all the toxins in our home, and I wanted to ditch all of the chemically filled products. And I was able to do that over time with Young Living through Essential Rewards, which is my favorite way to get new oils. So today I have frankincense. And frankincense is one of the oldest oils. It's actually dates back to biblical times. It's a very grounding oil, which means it has a very high frequency, and it's really great for emotional support. I also love using it when I'm doing yoga or meditating. And it's also great for skin support as well. You can put a roller top right on this oil and then roll it right underneath your eyes at night for that beautiful dewy glow. And then I also love it for sleep support for my kids. I also am an autism mama. And my son Noah does really well with lavender, cedarwood, orange, and frankincense in the diffuser, as well as vetiver too. That's a great one. So that's about it for my frankincense spiel.
Sarah, that was awesome. So
Yeah.
cedarwood, I'm writing in the chat, cedarwood, frankincense, orange. Was it that the
lavender, cedarwood, orange, frankincense, and vetiver are great supports for kids with autism. I believe sandalwood, Roman chamomile as well, and there may be a couple more. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but okay. I also just found out that Release essential oil is really good as well. So I'm looking into that one.
Yeah, I think
especially homeschooling now. So
yeah, I think every single person on this call, we've got 41 people. Everyone needs Release right now.
Yes,
that's my personal opinion. Yes, release a lot of emotions. So
recently I found out frankincense is great to do a drop on the crown of your head to raise your frequency, your vibration, and then you smell it all day. So
that is
keeps you in check because your hair is like a natural diffuser.
Yes.
So I like to put oils in my hair.
I'm gonna start. That's the crown chakra, right? And for our chakra friends, oh hi Aubrey. So cute. So
I
place for balancing.
did that the other day, especially being home with the kiddos, and we've been doing it, and they've been loving it.
Hi guys. We got Noah, Jacoby, and Aubrey. Beautiful, beautiful family. You guys did good during Mom's video. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So who do we have next? We've got Thieves, and I believe that's Melanie. I didn't even write it down. Melanie, or is it April?
I don't know.
I think it's me. I think I have it.
Yay! Awesome. All right.
Okay, so
That's
hi
good.
everybody. I'm Melanie. I live in Reno as well, and I'm also a registered nurse. I'm a mother of 2, and I started with Young Living last year because my friend Anne introduced me to it. I was previously using another brand, and after doing my due diligence and research, I decided to ditch that brand and move over to something much purer and safer for my family. You know, I have 2 little kids, and any of you mothers know anything goes in their mouths. They're putting stuff in there, they're playing on the floor, the dogs, you know, everything. So after watching a pretty powerful documentary on Netflix, I went through anything and everything in the house that had a fragrance, a list of toxins that are carcinogens, anything like that. I threw them away and replaced everything with this. So let me talk a little bit about Thieves. Not only may it support overall wellness and a healthy immune system, but it smells amazing. So it's got cloves, cinnamon bark, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus. If any of you have ever been over to Anne's house, that's what it smells like. It smells like Christmas. And because of that, my house always smells like Christmas now too. Not only do I diffuse it to make the house smell amazing and purify the air, but I also clean everything with it, whether it's the floor, whether it's the countertops, whether it's, you know, I even use it on the fruit and our vegetables to help get all the whatever pesticides off of there. It's very versatile. And like I said, it just makes everything smell incredible. When I do the essential rewards every month, I always get it because it goes fast, because there's so many different ways you can use it. So a little tidbit on what background is. It was inspired by the legend of 4 15th century French thieves who formulated a special aromatic combination of clove, rosemary, and other botanicals that they used while robbing the dead and dying. So it's been around a long time, much like the frankincense. It's found in a ton of different cleaning products from Young Living. This is what I buy every single month. Not only do I use it to clean, I also make our laundry soap out of this with this really rad hack that Anne gave me. I put lemon and orange in with this for the laundry soap. We get no toxins and it smells incredible. In the starter kit, you also get this. This is the hand sanitizer, because we wash our hands so much as nurses and just around the house in general. I use this all the time. It doesn't make your hands crack. It smells great and your hands feel good after it. So there's that. And then this is the oil for every little thing. Put in the diffuser. I make this really cool wellness roller for myself and the kids, where I use carrier oil. I think I'm using an unfractionated coconut oil in this one. I put Thieves in there, a little oregano, and I rub it on the kids' feet every night before they go to sleep, just to help support their overall immunity. And they like the smell of it, and they laugh because it tickles when you put it on. So there's that. And then I also have the Vitality. You can put in a little veggie capsule to take it to help support overall wellness. It's wonderful. It's one of my favorites. And the best part is that if the kids are playing on the floor and I'm spraying it around, I don't have to worry about them breathing it in. If they get it on their skin, it's totally natural. So it's been a life changer in our household for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. You're bringing down the house with Thieves here, Melanie. Thank you so much. And everyone was asking, and we're assuming the documentary that you watched, was it Stink?
Yep.
Okay, because everyone's like, what documentary was it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then after the documentary, then you start going down like the rabbit hole of Google and just finding all of these terrible, terrible things that we can control in our home. Maybe not outside, but inside we can, to help keep us all nice and healthy.
That's so true. We're the gatekeeper, and we have to just, as Anne always says, know better, do better.
That's right.
And we have to have those tipping points in our lives, whether it's, it was Food Inc. for me back in the day. That was the tipping point for me, and that sent me down the rabbit hole. But Stink is just another amazing way to kind of just educate yourself on really what's out there, and really kind of just jolt us into action. So fantastic. Thank you so much, Melanie. You're amazing. All right, we've got another Reno friend. April is coming up next. She's going to share her favorite uses for Citrus Fresh Vitality. So April, Team Anne is representing.
I think I'm unmuted.
You are, yes. Thank you, April.
All right. Well, I'm not really a Reno person. I'm a Tahoe person, but now I live in Northeast Oregon. I live in a small rural town. I just couldn't afford Lake Tahoe anymore, unfortunately. Too expensive and too crowded with the tourists. But Anne is who introduced me. She is actually friends with one of my best friends in Reno. And she helped put on a fundraiser for me last summer to raise money for my eyes. I have an eye disease. So if you guys keep seeing me do this, it's so I can see what people are writing. I have a corneal eye degenerative disease, and I need major cornea surgery to fix it. But enough about that. I did use other oils before, and once I met Anne and I just had to do a smell test of Young Living, you could tell instantly between the others of how much the quality, just off of smell, how much better they were. So enough of that. I am doing Citrus Vitality. And this is actually a runner-up of my oils that I got in my premium starter kit that's going to be empty. So I just used this last night, actually, in my whole chicken that I roasted in the air fryer. I use it a lot in cooking. Chicken, fish. What else if I use it on pork chops? You just need a couple drops in there, and it tastes amazing. It is a blend. I don't think we've done it. Well, Thieves was a blend, but this is a blend also. Let me remember what's in there. It's orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin oils. And then there's also a hint of spearmint. So you can diffuse it also, and it will just uplift any room because of all the bright citrus flavors and the smells in it. I also use it for my mopping of floors. So I usually just use vinegar and water, but then I put some drops of this in there, and then my floor smells amazing. What else do I do with this? Oh, I also, these are wool dryer balls. So I do a lot of different oils on my dryer balls, but I do like the Citrus Fresh, especially on like my bathroom towels and things like that. It really makes it smell good. And then I don't have to worry about any toxins or chemicals of all those nasty dryer sheets. If there's anyone out there that hasn't started using wool dryer balls, I highly recommend it. People sometimes worry that it's not going to get the static out. What I've found that helps is these make the drying time go a lot quicker, which saves you money on your power bill and our environment. I wet them before I put them in the dryer, and that cuts down on the static tremendously. Someone also told me once maybe not just with water, but maybe spraying like witch hazel on them. I haven't tried that, but usually once I put them under the faucet real quick, throw them in, make sure I don't over dry, and I don't have any static at all. I think that's really about it. It's a great one. Like I said, it's a runner-up of the first oil I ran out of in my starter kit. The first one I ran out of was lemon. So kind of similar.
So clearly the citrus oils are calling you. Those are your faves.
Well, they're just so versatile, from cleaning to ingesting with your food or water or the Nixia Red and the dryer balls. I mean, you can use it everywhere.
So true. So your dryer ball hack is like blowing up the chat. Wetting the dryer ball.
Let me get close. Let me see.
So smart. That is one thing I've never heard to do. So thank you for sharing that. That's brilliant.
Yeah, for sure. That was the first thing when I started using them. Like my husband too, like, oh, the static. But if you just wet them, and obviously only put, like, don't any have any synthetic clothes in there, hang dry all those, like basketball shorts, things like that.
Right.
Those are major static cleaners.
Yes. Smart.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much, April. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys would never know that y'all are newbies here, huh? This is like you.
Yeah. And all the way from Oregon now, in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so now we know April is not from Reno. She was from Toronto, but now she's in Oregon. And we'll have to make a trip out to Oregon because I've always wanted to visit Oregon. So
I'm in small Oregon too, a 10,000 population.
Ooh, nice. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing, April. I appreciate it. All right, next up we have the Jackie with Mama Kay in front of the beautiful oil shelf. And Jackie's going to talk to us about Raven.
Hi, I'm Jackie Donga, your lung expert. Let me tell you about Raven. Raven is a powerful blend of Ravenstara, peppermint, Eucalyptus radiata, and other essential oils. Diffusing or applying it to your chest with a carrier oil for comfort and invigorating aroma. It is also great in the shower to really open things up. There are so many uses with this oil. It will soon become one of your favorites. It's one of my favorites.
How do you like to use it? What's your personal favorite way, Jackie?
I diffuse it and I just sit in front of the diffuser and just like inhale.
It's like a spa.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Awesome. Thank you. Great job. All right. Digize. I think our Sheila has Digize, which is like, you can't live without Digize.
Here it is right here. It's ingestible. So it is made up of a blend of tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, patchouli. So it is everything for the tummy. It supports our healthy digestive system and immune system. It's also a great mealtime companion. It may not smell the best, but I never leave home without the essential oil. It is my #1 go-to for tummy when the tummy's not feeling well. So I have this next to my bed, and it's a mix of peppermint and Digize, a roll-on. So way back in the day, we used to be able to go to restaurants and eat food. Now what we do is I have it next to my bed, and when I cook and my kids eat way too much spaghetti and all that stuff, they rub it on their belly, and it helps with any sick feeling that they're feeling. I think that's it, right, Kristen?
Did I unmute? Okay, I'm not. Am I muted? No, I'm not. That was awesome, Sheila. Thank you so much. Yes, Digize is like, everybody needs Digize, and sometimes it's unfortunate that we can't pass around the oils because that's always the one that gets the funny faces, but we know how amazing it works. So we've come to really enjoy the aroma because we know what it does for our body. So thank you so much, Sheila. That was fantastic. All right, who is going to go next? We've got Panaway, and I have Laura. Laura's going to tell us about Panaway.
Hi, Laura Jordan. I've been with Young Living for, I don't know how many years, 2 or 3 years now. I kind of started with just dipping my toe in the water, but really saw some amazing stories through Kay Cooney and her daughter, and going through some personal issues with my mom, who was diagnosed several years ago with metastatic breast cancer. And there is no breast cancer history in our family whatsoever. So it has been told to us that it was environmental. So I started with the ditch and switch, removing all of the toxins from our home. And I love Young Living products. I am like really addicted to them. I get a little lashing sometimes from my husband. He's like, another package of oils has arrived. I'm like, I know. But I truly do love them, and I love the benefits that they provide to all of us. So today I'm going to talk to you about Panaway. And this is Panaway, if you haven't seen what it looks like. Panaway has an amazing, soothing, yet stimulating aroma. It really does help open up your nose a little bit. It also is an oil blend, which has wintergreen, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but helichrysum, clove, and peppermint. Some of the benefits of Panaway is that it is a refreshing and stimulating aroma. It cools the skin, especially after you've had some physical activity, playing basketball, playing baseball, if you're a runner. It has a cooling sensation when you apply it to your neck, shoulders, and your scalp. And you can mix it with a carrier oil. Young Living recommends the V6 vegetable, but you can also use grapeseed oil, or you can use my favorite, which is the liquid coconut oil. Grapeseed is good if you have sensitive skin, but you could also use vitamin E, which is also great for your skin. And you can mix it in one of these lovely little roll-ons, which I tend to carry with me. I have carpal tunnel, and I use it to help soothe the pain that I get from the carpal tunnel in my wrists and my hands, my fingers. I just rub it all over my hands, but be careful not to get it into your eyes because it can burn, which I've done. So be mindful of that. You can use it topically as well as with the carrier oils, like I just mentioned. You can use it after you've done physical activity. You can massage it into your areas that you might need some pain relief from. It's uplifting, it's refreshing. You can also put it in your like a bath, make yourself a little spa. You can use 10 drops of the oil and a cup of Epsom salt and create your own spa-like environment in your bathtub. And you can use it on your temples. It does help a little bit, and I've used it before for headaches. Its invigorating aroma helps to soothe your the pain and has that nice cooling effect. And that's Panaway.
Fantastic. That was awesome. Panaway is a fan favorite for sure. We had chats blowing up about all our favorite uses about Panaway. So thank you so much, Laura. And your fire looks so cozy.
Oh yeah, it's starting to burn my back.
Can I come over? That looks awesome. I love the red fireplace too. That is so nice. All right, so next we're going to talk about Valor, and Jean is going to tell us her favorite ways to use Valor. I think this is one of her favorites too. So,
hi guys. Yes, actually, my name's Jean. I've been using Young Living oils probably for, I don't know, just under 20 years. I got into it about 20 some years ago, and on and off. Jumped back in to Young Living about a little over a year ago. Veronica had signed me up. So, but I have actually 2 bottles. This is the bottle of, can you see that? Bottle of Valor I have. It's really, really old.
Oh my God.
And this is my new bottle. So you can see how long I've been using it. This is a really old bottle, and there's still stuff in it. Amazingly. It's wonderful. I've been using it for that long. But I'm sorry if like you see me like kind of giggling over here laughing because John's here and he's just cracking jokes. So say hi.
Hi, John.
So he's listening.
By the way, I just took some.
He's your poster child for Valor, right?
Said, the lady, I forget who it was, said,
Right before.
a couple of times I was like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I just rubbed it on. Then she said headache, and I was like, okay, so I went like this.
We've got our guinea pig right here. Perfect. So I'm glad that this is perfect, John. You need to be on all of these.
I secretly am.
Perfect.
So yeah, so we're giggling and drinking and just having fun, enjoying. But
Sunday.
All right. So Valor, like I said, I've been using it on and off for a long time, and it is really great for emotional support. One of the things I find myself using it for is at work when I'm at my job need that encouragement, need that extra support. So I put it in a diffuser at work, or I literally put it on my wrist, and it just gives me that strength that I need to conquer whatever it is, because it helps balance our emotions. And I know some people, you can put it on your shoulders, you can put it on the bottom of your feet. I'll just put it on my wrists and smell it, inhale it that way. Or like I'm doing today, just because I was just kind of nervous about this whole thing. I have it in my diffuser on my desk right now. And it smells fabulous. Don't tip it. There's water in there. Sorry.
Just bring it into view.
There it is. So, I have my Mr. Vanna.
Mr. White.
But like I said, Valor Essential helps balance our emotions. It's also really good for your limbic system, and it links all those senses to your smells, and it really helps with your emotional well-being, which is great. And when we have, I'm just reading this little script here, so sorry.
Please
when we
do.
have more courage to take on new things or something to challenge, we're better able to release old patterns that we are not working for us. The oil helps us to have courage and self-esteem to overcome those things that are holding us back, especially when we're stressed out or when we're worried that we are creating an imbalance. But this helps us to level everything off, and especially with society today, where we all are at and living this new normal life, which is crazy. It can really help keep us even keeled and more balanced. But it is very soothing and very calming. So check it out if you have it. Of course, it's in our starter kit, but check it out. But just to give you the ingredients in it, it has spruce, rosewood, blue tansy, and frankincense, and it is actually in a base of pure almond oil. So if you don't have an allergy to almond oils, try it. If you do, just realize that it is in a base of almond oil. What else can I say about it? That's about it. And it's especially calming and comforting to young children after an overactive and stressful day. And I think we're just living in such a stressful time right now. It is very calming and relaxing, but yet it gives you the courage to keep going every day. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Jean, you did a beautiful job. And you did too, John. This is my OG. This is my original Valor bottle. This came in my starter kit 5.5 years ago. And it's right on my desk because, I'm always reaching for it. So love it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jean. That was fantastic. Okay, so then we're going to jump to our bonus oils that are in the starter kit. So we have Stress Away, who Holly's going to tell us about Stress Away. Mama Holly.
Gotta unmute myself. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Holly. I have been with Young Living for a short amount of time. I joined in November under Kristen. She is my support, but I've actually been learning a lot from her throughout the years. We live only about 15 minutes away, so it's been really wonderful having her. So I'm going to talk about Stress Away. This is one of the reasons why I need Stress Away, my beautiful daughter. can you go over there so I can speak, please? Thank you. So everyone who breathes needs stress away. This is what it looks like here. Especially us mamas, if we want to be good mothers to our children. Stress away does what it says. It takes the stress away. Stress away can help induce relaxation, reduce occasional nervous tension. Everybody needs that. I don't know anybody that doesn't need to get rid of their nervous tension. I'm a pretty nervous person, so it's done wonders for me. It also promotes confidence and a happy, stress-free mood for everyone, including anxious pets. So I have a dog that I would just take a little bit of it on my palms and rub it right over his coat. Thunderstorms don't bother him. He's just chilling on the couch. He's chilling out. It smells amazing, and it makes an amazing perfume. So it's got so many benefits. And whenever I'm having a really hard day, just do that. So good. And that's really all I have to say about Stress Away, but it's one of my favorites, and so happy that it's a bonus oil in this kit. Kristen, you're muted.
So sorry, I keep muting and unmuting and I don't realize what I'm doing. Thank you so much, and thank you to Savannah for making a guest appearance. I love the littles that are saying hello. I'm surprised I haven't been bombed yet. I'm sure when I'm talking, that's when that's going to happen. All right, and last but not least, we have our second bonus oil, and that is Peace and Calming. And our dear friend Elka is going to share her favorite uses for that. So Elka is somewhere in here. And Elka is the brains and beauty behind the Marion Yoga Loft. So if you guys are local to the south coast of Massachusetts, she's the one. So she's going to share her favorite uses for peace and calming.
Okay, can you hear me?
You are. There you are.
All right, so I'm from Marion, and I have a yoga studio over here, and I have 3 great kids. They're older than the little ones I've seen run around today, but so one of my favorites is Peace and Calming, which I first started getting into from other yoga teachers that I knew that used it during classes. And Juliet Expire is the one that signed me up just a couple months ago. So this is a oil blend, which is for some as a newbie like myself is interesting to know what's in these. It has orange, tangerine, patchouli, and some blue tansy in it. And it's no secret what it does. It gives you a sense of peace and calm, which I don't know about you, but that happens to me daily. So as soon as I got my starter kit, I put a roller top on this, and I have it in my car all the time. And I'm always putting it on my wrists and rubbing my wrists together and smelling that. It really does release tension and your stress. I use it in yoga classes all the time to have students smell it, especially at the end of class when we meditate. It will clear your mind and calm you down. And when your mind is likely to attain your goals because you're clear on what your vision is. So it doesn't work in the moment. It also affects how you go about your day, the choices you make, and therefore affects your future. So it's great if you need to go to sleep, if you have trouble sleeping. For me, I like it just all the time during the day because there's not a moment in the day where I feel like I'm just running around trying to keep myself together somehow. So it's really effective all day, not just when you go to sleep. It's good with your kids as well. Calm down. So I love it. I love all this stuff. I just ordered 2 more Thieves bottles. They're already been through a month. Diffuse it. All this. Didn't say this before, but you can diffuse this or put it on your skin or just inhale it. Again, someone made the comment, I wish we could smell these things while we're talking about them, because it's really cool to feel it in your brain as soon as you smell it. So that is Peace and Calming.
Thank you, Elka. And that's actually a good tip for next time when we do one of these. We should just say BYOK, bring your kit. And then as we're going through each oil, we can kind of smell them, because a lot of people that are here today are already members. So that's a great idea. Thank you so much. You did an awesome job. Peace and calming. Yes. All the yoga teachers, the yogis need peace and calming. And I like that you just put a roller right on there. That's awesome. All right. Next, we're going to hand it over to the one and only Kay Cooney. who's going to close us out and talk about Ningxia Red as well, which is a powerhouse.
Hey folks, so I just wanted to add one quick thing. So when you guys were talking earlier about visiting the farms and about seed to seal quality, so Sarah, who is on this call with us, Sarah Osborne, we were together and we were visiting the Idaho Highland Flats farm. One of the most amazing things that I saw out there was a room about the size of a small airplane hangar that was all of the discard oils that didn't make the cut at that farm for Young Living. And when I saw barrel after barrel after barrel that wasn't making it to a bottle, I was blown away. So it made me sort of like a really nice way to really see in person that seed to seal was completely legit, that they really were testing and they were discarding. And they're environmentally savvy. So they were working with the state of Idaho to come up with pesticides and other things they could use for oils that were not what we would call A quality, A grade for ourselves. So I love this company, so proud of the quality and what they put into it. Let me just mention and talk a tiny bit, really, really quick about Ningxia Red, our #1 supplement. So you got to assume that nothing in our starter kit is put in there accidentally. So when they put Ningxia Red in there, it's because they want to be able to give folks a sample of that which is our #1 supplement seller. So you see it in your kit like this. You get 2 of these, but many of us who drink this daily buy it in the bottle because it's economical. The beauty of these packs, though, it's nice and easy and on the go. So if you haven't already drank this in your kit, throw it in your fridge, right? You can drink it warm, but it is so, so delicious when you put it in and you refrigerate it. So this is a superfruit supplement, and it's made from the wolfberry, which comes from the Ningxia province of China. So the founder of Young Living, Gary, was out and about and traveling around the world and trying to find cultures that had greater vitality and longevity than the regular population. And he found that in the Ningxia province and traced it back to the use of wolfberry. This particular supplement supports every single system in your body. Phenomenal for vision and for eye health, right? It is infused with several of our citrus oils and has unbelievable vital antioxidants that we need to sort of clear up the junk that accumulates in our body. And it's tasty, right? That's the big thing for me. It's like a tart cherry juice that I really, really love. People drink it straight up. There are people who put it in salsa water or juice. There are people who put it, sort of add it to their favorite cocktail and have an afternoon cocktail or mocktail with it. It's a great, clean way to get an antioxidant into you. We notice big time when we haven't been taking it, and it's one of those ones that we're very careful not to run out. So funny, we got a year supply of this. We won it, and it was all delivered at one time. And I will tell you, our Ningxia is not going to make it through to December like it was supposed to. We're lucky if we get it to stay through to June or July because we are drinking it, really enjoying having that luxury in our house. So I'm going to hand off, but I want to ask you out of curiosity, as you were listening to all these folks today talk about all these different oils, did you say to yourself, oh, yeah, I could use that, or yeah, I could use that and that and that, and then slowly start to realize that there were 3 or 5 oils, if not all, that you could use in your house, particularly now with everything going on. Can you see why buying the starter kit is so such a good deal, and it's so uniquely put together? So I'm going to pass back to Kristen right now, and she's going to talk a little bit about how you get started with this.
Do you want to keep going, Kay? I think I was going to have you keep going, or I can take it, whatever is easiest for you.
All right, I will keep going.
You want to bring it on home, and then I'll just finish it out?
I will take it to the end of the page, and then I'll do a baton toss.
Perfect.
Okay, so there are 3 ways that you can become a member, good, better, best. And the first option is a customer. It's a good option because you get great products, and that's about it, right? So very simple. You order when you want to, and you're paying retail. So if you want something like this, let's say you want a bottle of lavender, order a bottle of lavender, and that's it. You never have to order again. You can order anytime you want. So the second option is our better option. The better option, you're getting the same thing as the first option, but you're getting it at 24% off, right? So now you go from a retail customer to a wholesale customer. And so think kind of like Costco, right? Except Young Living doesn't charge you an annual fee. So as long as you're spending $50 in a year, right? And that's in a 12-month year, and you will, there's plenty to spend that 50 on. There's no minimums, there's no monthly requirements. You're basically getting 24% off. The third option is the best option and the one that makes the most sense for those of us who are custodians for a household, right? So it's how we get our favorite Young Living products and our Essential Rewards membership. Now, this is kind of like a merger of Costco meets Amazon, okay? And it meets your Costco, Amazon, and your cash back from your favorite card. Only we do it a little bit better. With this, when you do Essential Rewards, you get all of the benefits of the first two options, except you get a discount on your shipping, right? So you're saving some money there, and you start to earn points back on your Young Living purchases, okay? So you spend $100 in the first tier of this, and you've got now 10 shopping points towards your next order. You're also getting a free gift at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. So I don't know about you, when I go to Target, they don't come in and go, oh, look, here comes Kate Cooney again. It's a third month coming in here. Hey, yay, Kay, here's a present for you, right? So we're getting presents for shopping. And one of them is an oil called Loyalty that you get annually. And it is something that you can't purchase, right? So they've made this great club in which you're incentivized while you're saving money. You start out by earning 10% back on all of your purchases. Then you go up to 20% of your purchases after 3 months, okay? Then you get yourself up to 25% after you've been doing this for 24 months. I'm finally at the 25% piece, and I have to tell you, it's crazy. So every month I place my order now, I can't save points. I'm not a point saver, I'm a point spender. So what happens is I do my purchase each month, my once a month purchase. Then I take my points that I've earned and I buy some of my supplements. So I'm offsetting the cost of my supplements with the Essential Reward program. I really do love it. So it's an amazing program. If you don't get it and you don't understand it, you're missing out, right? So talk to the person who enrolled you, because it really is a good program. So as I wrap this up, I want to share one last statistic before I hand it over to Kristen. And it's one that hits home every time we see this. The number 2 cause of death in the U.S. is cancer. 1,620 people a day die of cancer. 1 in 3 cases of cancer is linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, or chemical exposure. The American Cancer Society says only 5 to 10% of all cancers are gene defects, which means somewhere in between 90 to 95% of our cancers are preventable. That is huge. And it's about what we allow in our homes. So here we are, folks, during this quarantine, and we are in our homes, and they're supposed to be a safe haven. They're supposed to be where we're not exposed. This really is an unbelievable opportunity for all of us to start cleaning up our homes. And stay tuned, starting on Tuesday, we're running a whole series on how to do this room by room, okay? We are on this journey together. Some of you already are. If you're not, we're so glad you're here. Jump on it, okay? Please reconnect with the person that invited you to watch this video. If you have a referral number, they can give it to you, get you hooked up, good to go. Simple, simple, easy. This is a journey. It's not a destination, okay? We are not hitting perfection. We are hitting a little bit better each day, right? Perfectly imperfect. And we know better, we learn better. It really takes time to eliminate all of these chemicals from our diet, from our home, and it doesn't happen overnight. That is why Essential Rewards is so key and is your friend in all of this in terms of getting this to the right lifestyle. I can't tell you enough how much I truly, truly love our Essential Rewards program. I'm going to pass this back over to Kristen. Her and Juliet have been my guidance, my leadership for myself, my family, my daughter, and all of this, and have been part. If you only knew what our lives looked like before we started with Young Living versus now, the transformation has been nothing short of miraculous, and I'm very grateful to those ladies.
Hey, would you indulge us for a second and tell us what that was like, that transformation? Because I feel like that's a powerful key component to your story. And
So I will tell you guys really, really quickly. So this is my daughter, Jacqueline, who has cystic fibrosis.
Hello.
She was growing out an antibiotic-resistant organism and was quite ill. We were losing ground big time with her and her health. She had been on IV antibiotics for over 5 years, every single day of her life. We were told that there was nothing that they could do for her. We lived a very different lifestyle. We also, so I bought the oils for her. At that time, as that was going on, I smoked. I consumed a fair amount of alcohol on a daily basis. My diet looked like something that you wouldn't throw into the trough of a pig. I was just all around a nightmare. In the 2 years since I've been doing Young Living, I have cleaned up all of my habits. I have stopped smoking. So let me see. So we're coming up on the 1st of March. That'll be April. So that will be like 4 months no smoke. It's been about 2 years and 2 months of no alcohol. It's been about 1 year of cleaning up my diet and being able to transform my diabetes through the food choices that I make. Our home is completely toxin free. We've flipped out the Thieves. And when I look at pictures of myself from then to now, it makes me stop. I hate it, but it's a know better, do better thing. And I have to tell you, along the way, it has been so much fun to be surrounded by such loving, caring, knowledgeable, non-judgmental. When we came into this, I felt very embarrassed about my life. But I always maintained a sense of humor about it, right? But these women, Juliet, when I looked at that with her, when I looked at Kristen, my thought was, I can never be like them. And the funniest thing was, at Christmas time, Juliet was hosting us over the house because we're related, that got that same last name thing going on. She actually called me to make sure her diet was acceptable to me, which I'm sorry, not her diet, her menu, what she was serving. So the day when somebody calls me and asks me if what they're serving is acceptable to me, the world, that's Armageddon right there, right there. So any of you who are feeling that this is hard or you can't do it, you can do it. You can do it. And this little monkey over here, I'm so happy to say she is up now 25 pounds. She is on, her port was pulled. She's on no IV antibiotics, and the organism hasn't grown once we started with her.
With the oil.
How many months? 30 months maybe?
Yeah.
Or more. So we are living the dream.
Wow.
See, it's still,
mic drop.
Still like, I'm still in shock.
It's amazing. I've seen you guys from day one.
Yes.
It's incredible. It's like you cannot put words to the story without you telling it. So thank you guys, both of you, so much for sharing that and being a part of our lives, because like you really enrich us so much. So to that point, I'm not going to drone on forever because it's 3:30. Oh my gosh, we need to figure out how to cut to make this shorter. But thank you guys for sticking around. But I have to echo what Kay is saying about our community, especially during this time when we are stuck in our homes, surrounded by our family. I think Kay, you had the best comment the other night for whatever class. We've been doing classes, like I feel like every other day. And when you said my house is shrinking, I'm like, yes, it is shrinking very quickly. But you know what? This community has made it so much better to do quarantine because we have each other. We have our Facebook community. We have our message threads behind the scenes. We have these classes where we're actually kind of seeing one another. It's just amazing. The most supportive, uplifting, fun, energetic, like knowledgeable, just group of badass people. Like I just cannot say enough about it. It's just such an honor to be a part of this community. And I know that we have a lot of cross-line people here as well. We've kind of opened up all of our classes to like pretty much everybody. to make sure that everyone's able to get their learn on while they're home, stuck in their in their living rooms with their children climbing the walls. But one more thing I want to just say before we jump off is, as you are listening to our class today, and thank you so much for sticking around for the last 90 minutes, who in your life needs these products? Who in your life needs to, clean up their environment? If they need oils for their health and wellness, make a list of those people, because your member number is also a referral number. And that basically means that when you help somebody get started with Young Living, you're going to get a check. And that check can be used to pay for whatever you want, whether it's oils or groceries or gas for your car or whatever. It is the most amazing, miraculous, magical business model, especially during this time when our economy is literally crumbling before us. So many people are out of work. So many people are having their hours cut at their jobs. There's so much uncertainty right now. The one thing I know is that these products are things that I cannot live without. My Ningxia Red is going to be in my house every single month. We'll be living in a cardboard box, but I'll still be having the Ningxia delivered to the cardboard box, because that's how powerful it is to my family's wellness. So we have a really amazing company and a really amazing product line. Don't think that, somebody's not interested. You just never know. So just go out there, share your story authentically, share Kay's story authentically. I mean, you don't have to have a magical story like Kay and Jackie to be able to share that. So just know that your number is also a referral. So don't ever feel that you can't share that with people in your life. I mean, you tell them about a good movie, right? A good restaurant. Why not do that with Young Living? So thank you guys so much for joining us on this dreary Sunday afternoon. I'm going to have to day drink too. Like, I'm going to take a page out of the book of Jean and John and start day drinking. I should have done that before. Here I am drinking my water. Boring. This is being recorded, so I'm going to upload the replay of this to YouTube as well. So you guys will have this as well to be able to share with people. If there are any questions, type them in the chat. Otherwise, you know where to find us. And like Kay had said, if you were sent here by somebody and you're not yet a Young Living member, please go back to them and say, hey, I'm ready to get started, because they're going to give you their referral number and you're going to bless them and their family with abundance. So let's see. I'm just going to check the chat if there's any more questions. You guys are awesome. I washed my hair for you. First time in a while, not gonna lie. Has anyone ever used Young Living products on plants? That's a good question. Has anybody used Young Living products on plants? I have not. The reason is because I have a black thumb, so I kill all plants. So other than I have heard, I've heard a drop of purification is really good to, if like you get a bouquet of flowers, if you put a drop of purification in your water, it can help make the flowers last longer. But like, as far as like using on plants, yes, Kate. Gosh, we share a brain, Kate. I haven't. Melanie has. Oh, Melanie. Okay, Melanie Underwood.
Yes.
Unmute yourself, girl. Tell us how you use oils on plants.
You can use rosemary, peppermint. They're natural deterrents of pests.
Okay.
And you know that when you spray it on the plant, that it's natural, obviously, so it's not going to harm the plant. You can put certain oils in the soil if it's got some sort of root fungus before you replant. But if you just do a search for essential oils to use on plants, I found them to be incredibly helpful. Plus, I don't have to worry about if it's a natural pest repellent, if I'm putting it on tomatoes or my vegetables, that we're going to be ingesting it later.
Yes.
So there's tons of different creative ways that you can use the essential oils on new plants.
That's fantastic. So like even just like a spray.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I use.
Spray the plant.
I put them in one of my little amber bottles to keep it safe from the sun, and then I'll go in and spray it either outdoors on my plants or on the inside ones.
Awesome. And Sarah Camp is telling us just spray my Thieves on my spray household cleaner on the pet. Well, everything's moving too quickly. I can't keep up. household cleaner. Thieves on my fiscus, whatever that is, ficus, benjamina. I'm not a, clearly I don't know how to say any of these things. Veggie garden, yes, yes, yes. Fantastic. Thank you, Melanie. Any other questions? And it helps keep them fresh. Okay, so that's interesting, Sarah. Sarah is telling us that if you spray Thieves household cleaner on a plant, it'll help keep it fresh. That's easy. I've got Thieves household cleaner sitting under the sink. Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, we will cut y'all loose. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. Please share your questions. This is also in the Facebook group, so if you've got questions, we can address them over there as well. And have a great rest of your afternoon and day, because you guys are all you Pacific time folks. Go have lunch. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, Kristen.
Bye, Kristen.